In the voice of Bob Marley, he said, "You will never find justice in a world where criminals makes the rule." Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. All right, just this is the continuation of the previous video I made. Now, Justice James Omotoso, as he said, he came out after 4 o'clock and sentenced Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. Anyway, now I want to, touch some things that got me troubled during the process because I was watching it live. Now, after Justice James Omotoso read out everything he was reading angrily, after reading those things out, and I was thinking that a judge supposed not to be angry with anybody. You are a judge. You are there to pass out judgment, but you are angry with somebody that is defending his case, reading out the case like someone. In English, they call it intonation. You can tell somebody, come here. You can tell somebody, come here. Your intonation will sound either insultive or appealing. Maybe your intonation will look like respectfully. You are saying, come. Or you are saying, come here. Your intonation matters a lot. So the intonation at which the judge was reading out the judgment, I say, wait a minute. And this is the same thing that happened during presidential election. When all these judges, they were reading case between Atiku, Tinubu, P2B. They were angry with, like I said, wait a minute, this is not a war. Anyway, now back to what I was saying. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the leader of the prosecution team of the federal government against Nnamdi Kanu, he stood up after Justice Omotoso have angrily read what he read. The man stood up and said that Justice Omotoso should sentence Nnamdi Kanu to death, like kill this man. Kill this man. Now, at that point, I said no. For this man to stand up at this point and continue, he knows that yes, it's sure they are going to convict Nnamdi Kanu, but he wants to make sure that it is death sentence. He wants to make sure that it is death sentence. At that point, I said, Tinubu wants to kill Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, he might not be the one that kidnapped him, but this is just an act to kill Nnamdi Kanu. And for me, I am declaring that today's ruling, today's judgment is a political decision. What did I say? A political decision. This is not a judicial decision, it's a political decision. A decision that was pre-reached before the trial. I'm very sure of this. When Sowore made this statement a long time ago, talking about how King Sowore was killed, that it is the federal government that want to kill Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of people were thinking that he was just trying to cruise around. But the truth here is this: the federal government, whoever is colluding to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu will remain in prison perpetually by sentencing him to life imprisonment, the message is this: he is not going to remain there perpetually. I understand that it is a political decision and they want to use another political election game to release him. This is what they want. They want to use election. 2026 is around the corner. Oh, Tinubu has granted Nnamdi Kanu freedom. Yes, that is why Southeast want to support him. We are watching. But you see, there are tensions in so many places. I don't know what is in people's mind. I only know what is in my mind. As far as I'm concerned, the judgment is a political decision. So I don't actually know what is in people's mind. So this judgment has sent a lot of strokes to so many Nigerians, both the people from the north, south, east, west. I see the way people are reacting, like there is a sober moment, like a shocking moment in Nigeria. Everywhere you come, in anger. I'm not talking about the Nnamdi Kanu people. I'm not talking about the Igbos alone. From around the country. I also see few minorities who are also, saying that sentencing Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment is good, that he should go and negotiate now. And I look at these people, they are connected to high political figure. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I see these people who are now posting, it is good that they sentence Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. He should now go and negotiate. When I see people on Facebook, I don't just see your post. I profile you. I make sure I profile you so that I will be able to understand the concept of your write-up. You can write the same thing with me on Facebook, but I will read two different meanings to it based on your background, based on who you are connected to, based on where you are coming from. So I see many people including Abuja big men, political figures, ministers. Their boys are writing that Nnamdi Kanu should go and negotiate. So I say, yes, this is a political decision, not just a judicial pronouncement. It's a political decision. And they want this man to come and negotiate. Now, I understand that Nnamdi Kanu filed motions, even though he did not put up defense at the end. There were counter narratives against the people who came and brought Nnamdi Kanu to court about extraordinary rendition. Everything was submitted to court. Both the Federal High Court rulings, Kenya Court judgment, it was submitted. You see, Nnamdi Kanu knew this right from time. That is why he said, I am not going to enter judgment without you tender me the law, because he knows that these people have already made up their mind to sentence him. You understand? They have made up their mind to sentence him. Oh, this is really terrible. It's not laughable, but sometimes, there are some things that will happen. It will just make you to start laughing because you don't know what to say again. You understand? So, looking everything around, they would like to want Nnamdi Kanu to negotiate. But Nnamdi Kanu that I know we go to appeal. Yeah. Nnamdi Kanu I know we go to appeal. Even though the Tinubu's administrations can also take hold of the judiciary and make sure they, affirm the ruling of the Federal High Court in appeal court. But I know Nnamdi Kanu is going to appeal the judgment. That is where the thing is going to. And maybe before they will drag it, something that will happen. Then they will release him. If that thing did not happen before the election, they want to use Nnamdi Kanu to play political game. They want to use it to say that they did something for the Southeast for them to support, Tinubu. That is what these people, Soludo and this elder man, what is his name? That is what they are going to tell you. Tinubu is a very compassionate man. He released Nnamdi Kanu that was sentenced to life imprisonment. Let us vote for him. See, politicians can do everything just because of power. Just because of power. Politicians can do everything. But it is what it is, People should not be deterred with the pronunciation of Justice James Omotosho. For me, I do not see anything strange happening because right from time I know about this. They will sentence him and ask him to come and negotiate. I've been telling you this thing now. They will sentence him and ask him to come and negotiate. So I want people to, hold their head high, believe in what you are believing. The concept of, like me, I'm not in support of anything criminality. I'm not in support of anything that is contrary to natural justice and equity. But I also see that most of the provisions and pronunciation of the court is against natural justice and equity. That people are being massacred every day. You can't defend yourself. What happened to Nnamdi Kanu is just exactly what happened to Sunday Jackson. Sunday Jackson was attacked and he defended himself. He was sentenced to death. That is exactly what happened to Nnamdi Kanu. There is no two ways or two explanations to explain what transpired in court today. And for those of you who may be rejoicing about this, don't forget that this is not the first court judgment. We have Abuja Appeal Court, Enugu Federal High Court in Abia, and series of them, including Appeal Court in Abuja, that have discharged Nnamdi Kanu. The federal government did not obey it. So because they don't want to obey, they don't want to release. Now, if Justice James Omotosho had asked Nnamdi Kanu that you are free, I discharge you, the federal government will not still leave him. You understand? The federal government will not still leave him because this is not the first time. So I do not want people to reason that what is going on now has to do with this. Or no. Just leave this thing for Tinubu. Okay? Call Tinubu. Yes, he is responsible for this. Tinubu knows the game he's playing because of what? Politics. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think about this.
Dear friends of the free world, I want to protest against the treatment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the hero of Biafra, the Mandela of Nigeria, and the Rugova of West Africa, a peaceful man, a trusted man, a credible personality of global standing, and is treated so shamelessly in the kangaroo courts of Nigeria this morning. It's an absolute disgrace, and the free world asks and calls. Therefore, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, and Kaja Kallas, the Foreign Minister of the European Union, to punish Nigeria and to make very clear no more support for Nigeria if Mazi Kanu is not freed and liberated immediately in this kind of mock political Stalin's kind of prosecution which the Nigerians have copied from the Soviet Union and Yugoslavia is an absolute disgrace and must be ended, and he must be free. Free Mazi! Free Mazi! Free Mazi! Here from Vienna we shout that loud and clear, and I hope the world is listening, hearing, and saying to Nigerian authorities in their brutal authoritarian style that this must stop. Liberate Mazi, free him, he must be free. Thanks a lot, all the best.